chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Of his most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Hey. Listen, your girl is back. I know I'm late. Welcome back to Jaja's Atelier. For those of you who are not familiar, I've been getting a lot of new viewers. And also, I want to pat myself on the back. We're up to 100 subscribers. Let's keep that momentum going. The views have been rolling in. I'm getting over 100 views an episode. So things are looking up here for the Atelier, honey. It don't look like I'm going nowhere. No time soon. So listen. The reason why I'm late is because Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I got off of work and I had a pounding headache. I woke up on Thanksgiving at 9 a.m. and honey, I felt like death walking. I don't even think I ate until Saturday. And I'm still kind of a little sick. I also, after being sick, I also was in the middle of doing 2 projects in my house. You guys know I'm still renovating my home. And that had to be put on pause because I was sick, and so I had to wrap that up. But I'm back now to talk about all the important things that went down while I was gone. So let's get straight into it. Listen, the iconic fashion house of Chanel is having a hard time finding a creative director, honey. But listen, that is not stopping the people in the atelier from pumping out these brand new collections. So they debuted their Merte d'Art collection in Hangzhou, China on this past Monday. Listen, I love the collection. It is said that Hangzhou, China is a place that is near and dear to house founder Coco Chanel's heart. She always wanted to travel there, but they said she never got the opportunity. She loves Hangzhou, China so much that she actually had purchased an antique Chinese coromandel door depicting the West Lake and the city of Hangzhou, China in her iconic historic apartment in Paris. So, and that ended up, that was the inspiration behind the entire collection was the Chinese coromandel door. Listen, my thoughts on the collection, the best collection from Chanel I've seen in the past 3 years, hands down. It was fresh. It had a young, elegant sophistication to it. It also had me thinking, why in the hell are y'all still so busy looking for a creative director? I always wondered why fashion houses never really take a break from having a creative director like that. Chanel doesn't need a creative director. This is the best collection y'all have had in 3 years. But if we're talking about creative directors of the House of Chanel, honey, there has definitely been a lot of names thrown around. Most specifically, 4 in particular. Former creative director of Celine, Hedi Slimane. Also, former creative director of Valentino, Pierpaolo Pacioli. Current Bottega Veneta director, Matthew Blasi. As well as my personal favorite, Simon Porte Jacques Mousse. If I had to pick out of these 4 white men, it would definitely have to be shade. It would definitely have to be Simon Porte Jacques Mousse, and I'm going to tell you why. Listen, when we're talking about luxury fashion is a big business. And nothing attracts luxury fashion consumers more than the accessories. And Jacques Mousse completely has that on lock. I think ever since 2018, I have been in awe of him. I even have one of his Chiquito bags in canary yellow, might I add. And every time he comes out with a collection, the accessories fly off the shelf. Not only that, the clothing he designs in and of themselves, the garments in and of themselves, have this delicate, young, fresh, twisted sophistication that I think would pair with Chanel perfectly. I mean, I do believe he's the youngest out of all the four. Him and Matthew Blasey might be the same age, but I do believe that Jacques Mousse is the youngest. Give it to the youngest and see what he does. If he doesn't like it, then you can get rid of him in a year. But I think out of these four names, I honestly think Jacques Mousse is ready, and I do think that Jacques Mousse is going to turn it out. So I look forward to hearing who they're going to pick, and I'm praying, fingers crossed, that it's most certainly Simon Porte Jacques Mousse. Anyway, listen, also Monday was the British Fashion Awards. We're going to have to get into that right now, honey. So let me pull you guys know I'm on the tabby. I'm on the tabby. So listen, let's get into my favorite looks of the night. I'm going to start off with Rita Ora, who I didn't even recognize on the red carpet. Rita Ora is giving David Bowie in this Primark suit. Her mother was also there with her on the red carpet, also wearing Primark. I see where she gets her beauty from. Her mother is stunning, honey. But you know what I like about this most? Rita Ora has played pretty for most of her career, and I love to see the girls switch it up and not be the stereotypical kind of beauty that everybody is used to seeing. I absolutely love this look. I love that she chopped, I think she chopped the hair. It could be a lace front. I would know. But I love the David Bowie inspired hair, and I love the rings and the jewelry. And I also love the fact that everything, if you look closely, everything about this suit is kind of mismatched, from the pants to the tie to the jacket to the shirt. I love that it's not so structured and so structured. I like that it's a little quirky with the mix of prints and the mix of color. So huge shout out to Rita Ora. She is styled by Pippa Atkinson. So huge shout out to Pippa. You did your big one on this, sis. Also, who else do we have? Also, we have to talk about, I'm not familiar with this young lady, but I think she's absolutely stunning. She was also co-host of the night, Mia Jama, wearing this custom Connor Ives look. Honey, this took my breath away. I love the light olive against her dark olive skin. I thought the makeup was effortless. The hair was just coiffed ever so perfectly. I really thought she nailed this look. And she had a couple of costume changes, which I also love. But this look, out of all of them for the night for her, has to be my favorite. She wasn't styled by anybody. This was custom. So I guess Connor Ives styled her, honey. My favorite look of the night, though, I have to absolutely give it to Jodie fucking Smith, honey. Jodie fucking Smith. She is in Burberry. I believe she's styled by Wayman and Micah. That's her usual go-to for stylist. So I'm assuming she's styled by Wayman and Micah. You see my voice is going out now. Excuse me. I love this look. It was easy breezy. Again, it's Burberry. But I'm going to tell you what sold it for me. The hair. I live for the hair. Not only that, her face is perfection. The glam is perfection. I love the dark brown chocolate lip. I love the fur coat. It's so effortless. And it's also, I don't know if she's paying homage to Lauryn Hill or not, but it's giving me Lauryn Hill vibes, and I'm here for it. So, huge congratulations. Those were my best dress of the night. Now, let's get into the winners. Okay, so we have Grace Wales Bronner. She won Menswear Designer of the Year. Huge congratulations to her. We also have legendary photographer Tyler Mitchell, who took home the Isabella Blow Award for Fashion Creator of the Year. If you're not familiar with Isabella Blow, because I wasn't really familiar with her, I've heard her name. She is a huge fashion editor. I'll talk more about her in a later episode. I really find her story very interesting. And history was definitely made when it came to the British Fashion Awards. Openly transgender model Alex Consani became the first to take home Model of the Year. I just want to send her a huge congratulations. The win, unfortunately, did not come without a little bit of drama. Now, I was there was several nominees, but I was rooting for Alex. I could have gone with Alex Consani, and I also could have gone with supermodel Anukie. Excuse me. Anukie has been giving, 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 honey. Look at her. Absolutely fucking stunning. But so has Alex Consani. I think it was a tough decision, but with all that's going on right now, I think they made the right choice. However, Anup was not pleased. She tweeted this after the awards were done. Alex, I love you and I'm so proud of you. British Fashion Council, thank you, but I don't want it anymore. She also then tweeted this: if you have seen the effort that I've seen Alex put in, you would understand how proud I am of her. But Alex can be proud and I can be exhausted at the same time. It doesn't take away how much love we have for each other. So a lot of people were hitting me up asking me what I thought about this because my identity stands on both sides of these issues. I am black and I'm also a trans woman. So listen, I love you, Anakiai. I love you. I think you're super talented, and I do think you deserve that award. I also think that Alex Consani deserved that award, but I don't think that this helped the situation any. And as much as you love Alex Consani, I think you should have just kept this to yourself and let her have her moment. Like, listen, you're a black supermodel, but you're a black woman. You went to an HBCU, from what I understand, and so you know what's going on, Anuk. You know that you knew, in my mind, let me be fair, you knew that this was going to start some outrage between black folks and trans people, even though it might not have seemed that way at the time that you were typing it. You know this is only going to cause problems for Alex Consani. So it's just kind of like, it's a slap in the face to her. And then it kind of puts her in a guilty position, like, well, damn, do I even really need to be celebrating this? And I really haven't seen her say much else after this. I do think that she said, I think she did reference Anuk and thanked her in her acceptance speech, but I just thought it was really distasteful. I really thought it was really distasteful. And on the other side, I get exactly how you feel. I get exactly how she feels. She's been doing this for so long, and she's been up for this award for a few times now. And I do think that she's a little bit underrated. I think a lot of the black models are underrated these days. I think there's a lot of shine being put on some of their white counterparts who are subpar and mediocre compared to them. But Naomi went through the same thing, and it's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be a thing for black people, no matter what aspect of entertainment we're in. We're always going to we're not going to be giving our flowers all the time. Angela Bassett, we watched Angela Bassett at the Oscars and how crushed she looked when they announced Jamie Lee Curtis as the winner of the Best Actress Academy Award. But she didn't come out and say anything disparaging about the award. She didn't even tell us how she feels. That's why we have kitchen tables, friends, and family. But I do understand why she wrote what she wrote. I just didn't think it was the time or the place. But I want to send a huge congratulations to Alex Consani. And I also want to send a huge congratulations to Anuk Ye. Even though you didn't win the award, you are inspiring chocolate girls everywhere that they can do this. Even despite everything that's being swirled around in the news and in politics and in mainstream media right now, you are doing something that people are saying, even till in 2024, that are saying can't be done. Focus on that, and the rest will definitely come. The rest will definitely come. It took a long time for Naomi to get her flowers. And unfortunately, that's just the game we play. But also, what I want everybody to realize is a win for a different minority is always a win for us. We're all minorities. Alex Consani may be white, honey, but she is a minority. And for all those people that were coming after Alex Consani, let me tell you something. Alex Consani is fully aware of the things that go on behind the scenes, because I'm sure she's had to go through those same exact things. Anyway, speaking of trans drama, honey, I'm so tired of this conversation. Oh, before I skip out on the British Fashion Awards, y'all are not going to like me when I say this now. I do have one worst dressed nominee, and I love Rihanna. But girl, what the hell is going on right here? What is this that you have on? I'm sure it's some kind of museum piece, archive look, but I hated this. I just absolutely hated this. It looked unfinished. I really didn't like it. She's a beautiful woman, but here lately, there's been a couple looks that have been a little, just a little sloppy. Don't beat me. Please don't beat me. But I'm just saying, I didn't like that look, but it was nice to see her and A$AP Rocky on the red carpet. However, Mother did redeem herself at the Footwear Awards in this gorgeous custom Alaya, honey, by Peter Mueller. Now this is Rihanna. I love the hair on this. The hair, the shoes, I absolutely love this. She looks stunning. But that blue, that Smurf fur that she had on, I was not feeling that, honey. Anyway, on to the trans drama. So speaking of trans drama, now this is a lengthy video, so just sit tight and take a look at the latest episode of Nick Cannon's podcast where he has Candace Owens on as a guest. Y'all know I don't like that bitch. So, just take a look.
If you say to me, you should respect people, I always respect people. I would disrespect you if I lied to you. I'm not going to call a man a woman. I'm not going to call a woman a man. I'm not going to say sorry for telling the truth.
Your beliefs.
It's not my belief. A woman cannot be a man, and a man cannot be a woman. It's not a belief.
But I'm saying in your perception of the world is different from someone else's perspective, because just as emphatic as you are, that you believe what you just said, there's someone that believes emphatically the opposite.
Okay, so what you're talking about is the idea that everything can be subjective and there's no such thing as truth. And let me tell you why that. But that's why it's either yes or a no.
No, because we're either talking about feelings or facts.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I believe there is objective truth. Okay.
Okay.
A person that is born a man, okay, a person that is born with a penis, as we call it, okay, cannot ever grow up and give birth. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so there is such thing as an objective truth. I will not apologize for sharing objective truth. I'm not going to apologize for not saying because his feelings are hurt and do you see how I feel? Because
so you have no problem going throughout the world hurting people's feelings.
I have no problem going out the world. That's one way to pitch it. Telling people the truth so they can better their lives. So they can live in reality and not the one, not the fantasy land that they're creating for their lives. But what if someone
believes that is a better life for them?
Okay, well, let's play it your way then. Let's do it the other way. There are a group of people who are now referring to themselves as minor attracted people.
Oh, I knew you was going. Can't go there.
Hey, but that's what they believe. They believe that they are in love and want to have sex with children. They believe that, Nick. They believe it. And are you going to apologize when you call them pedophiles? Are you going to apologize, Nick? Are you going to have them on your podcast? Don't you understand how they feel on the inside when you say that they can't have sex with 8-year-olds?
That is a hell of a point.
It is. The slippery slope is not a fallacy. It is reality. We are living the slippery slope. So somebody's going to have to produce the wall. So there's going to be a lot of voices that need to be objective. And
okay, I'm going to stop it here. Nick Cannon, first let me start by saying this. I don't think that Nick Cannon is a malicious person. I don't think he hates trans people. I don't think that he's transphobic. Well, I'm going to say I don't think he's extreme in his transphobia. But to compare pedophilia to being trans, let me educate you, Kansas Pug Owens. Let me educate you, bitch. First of all, I left this comment on Nick Cannon's page. Nick Cannon, this is really disgusting. To tell this female, because that's what she was born as, that she has a point when she's comparing trans people to pedophiles is deplorable, dangerous, and an outright reach. Let me educate you as a trans woman myself. First off, being a trans person and going through transition is an extremely personal choice that in the end doesn't harm or involve anyone else, including a minor. 2, the fact that this woman, female, has time to sit up and worry about a group of people who just want to be left alone and who only make up 0.5% of the U.S. population, while supporting a man who has allegedly, and I use the word allegedly loosely, SA'd several women, frauded the government, and incited a takeover at the Capitol, and has spewed proven lies about every minority group in this country is comical. And 3, we are born male and or female. The identity of man and woman are a social construct. Remember, dogs have vaginas and give birth, and so there's that. I don't think your intentions are to be hateful, but it is exhausting as a black trans woman to constantly have to hear these comments coming from our own people, especially in mainstream media. All these conversations do is make trans people major targets in society. We are not harming anyone. Hold on. We are not harming anyone, unlike the guns in the schools that are manufactured by a company that allegedly, and I use the word allegedly loosely again, supports the man that she voted for. Just stop talking about us. That's really how I feel about this whole thing. Just stop talking about trans people. We make up less than 1% of this country's population. I'm tired of the bathroom conversation. I'm tired. And then to compare trans people to pedophiles, and you have the nerve, not Nick the Dick, aka the orphanage maker Cannon, talking about she has a point when she is comparing trans people to pedophiles. Trans people are not bothering anybody. A lot of y'all sitting up on these podcasts and on the news and at my job and everywhere else that are talking about trans people have never even met a trans person. You're just going along to get along, to fit in because it sounds good. And quiet as it's kept, Nick Cannon, I wouldn't be surprised if you yourself haven't knocked down a few trannies yourself. You know, the streets do talk. I mean, let's keep it real. What is this doing for the country? What is this conversation doing for the betterment of this country when we're sitting up here talking about a group of people who make up less than 1% of the country's population? Yet and still, you're voting for a man who has no plan on what he's going to do about gun reform. The same guns that are hurting your children at school. Since we're talking about the children. And I'm not even going to go there with the children and Nick Cannon, because Nick Cannon, you're a part-time dad. So let's not even talk about the children. Do you even know where yours are? They're spread all over the country. Do you even know where yours are? I mean, let's get real. Everybody is pointing the finger at this group and that group. Worry about yourself. This conversation is beyond. It is beyond tiresome. I try to stay away from stories like this, but when it's on such a big platform, it has to be addressed. This is why everybody thinks when you don't address it, then everybody in the world thinks they're going to send their kids to school. You're sending your sons to school and they're coming home with pussies. If we don't stand up and stop the misinformation, then what ends up happening is what happened on November the 6th. I'm not going to stand by and let you dog out trans people as if we don't ever compare me to no goddamn child essayer. How dare you? To a pedophile? Are you serious? Girl, you need to be checking on what your husband is doing while you sitting up on these podcasts talking all this shit that you're talking. Why don't you buy a new face? And the fact that Nick Cannon is sitting up here with this Hotep nigga, this sellout, speaking of delusion, you know what she stands for. Why are you even talking to her? Why do you even have her on your show? Now, I will say this about Candace Owens. She does have some points. Later on in that same episode, she did say something. They were talking about hip hop, and she did make some valid points. Where there's a valid point, there's a valid point. But don't compare trans people to pedophiles. Don't do it. It'll surely get you popped. And when I say popped, I mean verbally popped. Just so we're clear. Girl. Y'all in black media, I saw Tank was doing an interview and he was talking about, black men and, the black community as a whole and how their stance is against homosexuality and transgender people. And he was just like, where is it coming from? Why is it that the worst thing that you could call a black man is gay? Why are y'all so worried about trans people? Again, we make up less than 1% of the population. Most of y'all have never even met a trans person, let alone a trans kid. If trans people make up less than 1% of this country's population, how much do you think the population is for trans kids? Ooh. Bad boys, what you want to do? The police driving by. 5-0! Can we please, black folks, if you don't like trans people, stop talking about us. Stop talking about us. And that's not all black folks, but it's the majority. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not the majority. I just had a situation today. I'm at the hair store, or yesterday I'm at the hair store, getting some hair and some nail glue, and she's like, why don't they have their own space? Bitch, why don't you go lay down in a field and wait for white Jesus and don't get up until he call you? It's like enough already. I got to sit here and watch y'all with y'all food stamps, with y'all bastard kids, y'all complaining about y'all baby daddies, y'all complaining about y'all baby mamas, y'all men that don't want to pay bills and work, y'all men that don't want to take accountability, y'all men that don't know how to treat women, y'all women that are inappropriate, y'all single black mothers that are inappropriate with your sons, and I have to sit and we have to act like that's normal. But then y'all are going to come at us like we're so obsolete. No, bitch, we're all wrong. And if you want to bring up the Bible, there's only about 4 verses in the Bible that address transgenderism. And from my interpretation, Jesus said, oh, they're just strange. They're not supposed to do it. They're just strange. He didn't say nothing about killing us. He didn't say nothing about taking our rights. He just said, you're not supposed to wear women's clothes. That's a little strange. But go and baptize them anyway. So what is the fucking problem? Get over it and get over yourself. And Nick Cannon, you don't need to be talking about nobody until all your kids and all your concubines are living under one roof, getting along peacefully. Then you can get up here and talk. When you become a full-time dad, then you can get up here and talk. Anyway, Candace Owens with her ugly self. A black man wouldn't lay with you if his life depended on it, bitch. That's why you so bitter the way you is now. Nasty bitch. How dare you? How dare you? Candace Owens. Anyway. Oh, we were only 30 minutes in. That was a short show. So listen, I'm going to end the show with this here. Joe Biden finally pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, for the crimes that he allegedly committed that nobody even really gets charged for. And let me tell you something, and I'm going to make this quick. Fuck all y'all that got something to say about it, especially those of you that voted for Donald Trump. You have got to be fucking kidding me. That man has lost children. He has lost 2 children. Hunter Biden is his last living, excuse me, a little indigestion from the chicken wings and okra from earlier. He has lost 2 children in the past, a daughter and a son. Hunter Biden is his problem child, but it's still his child nonetheless. We've been hearing Trump talk about, oh, he's going to get revenge. Do you think if that was your child, would you leave them to be eaten up by the wolves like that? Joe Biden is 90-something years old, 2 steps away from the grave, and Joe Biden, I say take it all down as you go. He's never going to be president again. Leave him the fuck alone. He is doing what a father is supposed to, and that's protecting his son and his family. How dare you? Everybody pussyfooting around, even some of the Democrats. Well, he said he wasn't going to do it. Well, he changed his mind. The same way Trump changes his mind every 5 minutes with these cabinet picks. Again, it's like a bad season finale of Celebrity Deathmatch over there. Y'all worried about what Joe Biden is doing. Joe Biden might not make it till tomorrow morning. Y'all need to be worried about this motherfucking great pumpkin y'all got done voted into the White House that's sending all y'all family back to where they came from. Taking y'all food stamps. Oh, God, not the food stamps. Listen, this is my first episode back in 2 weeks. You know I'm coming in hot. Get over it. You don't like it? Don't watch. But the double standard shit, it blows me. It really fucking does. Joe Biden. Oh, how dare Joe Biden. And you know what, too? Fuck Stephen A. Smith and fuck Charlamagne the God. Y'all are both black men. Y'all sitting up there. Well, he said he wasn't going to do it. He lied. How many times did Trump lie? Fuck the both of you. And I like Charlamagne the God, and I still like Charlamagne the God. But I saw him up there with arguing with our Aunt Whoopi. You don't argue with Aunt Whoopi. Aunt Whoopi straightened your ass. And I'm here for the straightening number 2. Sit your bald-headed ass down somewhere and stick to hip-hop and records and radio. And Stephen A. Smith, you can lay down and wait for white Jesus too. And again, don't get up until he calls you. You're supposed to be a sportscaster. Stick to the sports. Anyway, guys. So that was today's show. That was short. It was only 33 minutes. But listen, I've got to go out tonight. I've got a real sexy dress I'm going to wear. It's been a while since I went out. So, listen. I will be back in a few days, however, because there's a lot more going on in the world of fashion and in the world of politics and hot topics. So, listen, I love you guys. Ciao. I'll see you in a few days.